Good evening now, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third game of the day here on Pictou Sports. We're doing a triple header today, and the final game of this triple header is in the Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League. It's a rematch of a game we broadcast exactly 1 week ago from this very location when the Harbour Wolfpack came to town. Never led throughout the course of the game, but ended up picking up the victory in overtime against the Weeks Major Midgets. For the Weeks, they will be looking to avenge that loss as the Wolfpack and Weeks meet for the second consecutive Saturday on this sheet of ice. Wolfpack come into the game in third place in the Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League with a record of 2 wins, 1 loss, and a loss in a shootout, so 5 points over 4 games. For the Weeks, they come in 5th place, but not because of poor play, because they've only played 2 games. A win and an overtime loss brings their record to 1-0-1 through their 2 games, so 3 points accumulated. But they have games in hand on absolutely everybody ahead of them in the standings. Just 1 point out of 4th, 2 points out of 5th, 1 point out of 4th, 2 points out of 3rd, and 4 points out of 2nd. And again, games in hand on all of those franchises. As we look at tonight's game, one of the big keys to this game that stands out is one of the players who will not be in the game. That is Landon Miron, the leading scorer for the Harbour Wolfpack with 4 goals in 4 games so far, is not dressed tonight. Miron is out of the lineup for the Wolfpack. Meanwhile, the Weeks Major Midgets will be without Thomas Schneer and without Sam Archibald. Archibald still has yet to dress in a game this season, so they're getting used to not having him in the lineup, certainly, but it's not something that they want to be used to at this point. They're hoping that they're going to be able to get Archibald back sooner rather than later. Taking a look at the records of these teams, as mentioned, the Wolfpack come in with a record of 2-1-1. They started out with a pair of losses, losing to the South Shore Mustangs and then losing in the shootout to the Halifax Major Midgets, or Halifax McDonald's. Then they beat the Weeks here last Saturday, and then a midweek game, they beat the Valley Wildcats at home on Wednesday. So that is how their record has gotten to 2-1-1. For the Weeks, as mentioned, that loss here at home. They also had a loss against the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush the previous weekend, or they also had a victory over the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush the previous weekend by a score of 7-3. So that is how they got to 1-0-1 so far on the season. Taking a look now at the starting goaltenders for each team. For Harbour, it'll be the same goalie who started last Saturday night here, Lane George. That start last week, the only appearance so far this season for the Wolfpack, a record of 1-0 with the victory. His goals against average shows on the website as 5.0. He actually played a little bit more than 60 minutes. Actually, no, he didn't, because he was pulled for an extra attacker, and the amount of time that he was pulled for the extra attacker was about how long overtime lasted, as overtime did not last very long at all in that game last Saturday night. So he is at 60 minutes of playing time, so a 5.0 goals against average. and a save percentage sitting right around the 810 mark from that game last week. At the other end of the ice, last week it was Marcus Pettipaw getting the start. This week it will be Oliver Arnfast. Arnfast comes in with a record of 1-0 as he played that game against the Rush 2 weeks ago. Arnfast with that record of 1-0. A 3.0 goals against average and a save percentage right up around 880. So those are your two starting goaltenders for this evening's game. As I mentioned, it's the third game of the day for me here at the Wellness Center. I got here before noon this morning, in fact around 11 o'clock. So if I reference afternoon, it's because that's sort of where the mindset has been for much of the day. But this is an evening game, and I'll try and get that right. One thing that the Weeks have going in their favor right now, certainly, is that they have been able to have very balanced scoring over the goals that they have scored to this point. Of the goals that they have scored, Lucas Canning has 3 of them, James Harrison 2, and then several other players with 1 goal each, including Thomas Schneer, who, as mentioned, is not in the lineup tonight. Cale McLaughlin, Devin Mayer, Merle Putnam, Ryan Green, Landon Sim, and Bryson Curry have all scored for the Weeks so far this season. And obviously that's one thing that they're going to want to continue to focus on, is keeping that balanced scoring attack. Nobody has more than 3 points, as Canning's 3 goals, Blake Contuck has no goals and 3 assists, and Merle Putnam with 1 goal and 2 assists, Riley McKinnon with 3 assists, all sitting at 3 points, tied for the team lead in points. You put that up against the Cole Harbour Wolfpack, where Landon Miron has 6 points, and as mentioned, he is out of the lineup tonight. Carter Murchison next on the team in scoring with 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists. Several players sitting at 4 points over 4 games. So also showing some pretty good balanced scoring are the Cole Harbour Wolfpack. As mentioned, this is a rematch of a game from last Saturday night, a game that the Weeks never trailed. They led by a score of 1-0. The Wolfpack came back and tied it up. They then went up 2-0 or 2-1. The Wolfpack tied it up 2-2. They took the lead 3-2. The Wolfpack tied it up 3-3. They went ahead 5-3. The Wolfpack came back and tied it up. Actually, they didn't pull their goalie. I stand corrected. I'm getting my games mixed up here. And then just 19 seconds into overtime, Dylan Andrews with the goal that ended up being the winner. Murchison and Power getting assists on that one to give the Wolfpack the victory. As we get ready for this rematch from that game, George Lane, as mentioned, stopping 22 of 27 shots, getting the win. Marcus Pettipaw stopped 39 of 44 shots. A valiant effort in the loss, but he did come up short. And as mentioned, Pettipaw, through no reason other than it's Arnfast's turn, they're going to be going back and forth between Pettipaw and Arnfast all season. So Arnfast played the opener, Pettipaw played game number 2. This is game number 3, so it's Arnfast's turn. And as we look at the schedule for these teams, for Cole Harbour, and scroll down here. For Cole Harbour, they have tomorrow off. The Weeks also have tomorrow off. So the Weeks will have finished September having played just 3 games in the regular season. Of course, they had a regular season game up in Membertou postponed due to an ice issue up there at the Member 2 Sports and Wellness Center. That game was scheduled for Saturday, September 14th, and of course that was just days after Hurricane Dorian passed through, and so the ice in Member 2 was not ready to go, and that's why that game had to be canceled, or postponed, I should say. They will get that game in, just when exactly it'll take place. But these teams, the Weeks and the Cole Harbour Wolfpack, they're going to start getting sick of each other pretty soon, as they will. Their next game for each of these teams is against, guess what, each other down in Cole Harbour next Saturday, as they're going to be seeing each other in their sleep by the time things get too much further along. We're just about ready to get the teams out onto the ice here. Again, a big thanks to everybody tuning in here on Pictou Sports through video.ibm.com. Really do appreciate having you along for the ride. And a reminder, these broadcasts can be interactive. As you see off to the side there, there's that little chat bar. By all means, if you have a comment, a question, whatever it is, just put your comment in there, and we'll, if it's a question, I'll try to answer it. If it's a comment, I'll try to respond to it. Whatever the case may be, we'll try to make these broadcasts interactive here on Pictou Sports. And while we're waiting to get this one started, a reminder as well, we have one more broadcast for this weekend, and that'll be tomorrow, when the Northern Subway Selects of the Nova Scotia Female Midget Hockey League will be back on this sheet of ice to take on the Edsa West Reds. That'll be a rematch of a game earlier today here at the Wellness Center, a game that the Selects were able to dominate by a margin of 11-0. We've got our officials out on the ice. It's just a matter of getting the teams out there as well. And we will be ready to go. Here at the Pictou County Wellness Center, Lane George leading the Cole Harbour Wolfpack out onto the ice. The Wolfpack in their black jerseys with the red striping, the gray shoulders, and the white numbers and letters on the back, and the red and black and white Wolfpack logo across the front. The Weeks, similar color scheme, red, white, and black, but it's the white jerseys with the red and black logo, the red and black stripes, and the black numbers with the red piping. Oliver Arnfast in his net, off to our right. Lane George heading to his net, off to our left. Starters out on the ice. And we'll run through those starters in just a moment. But right now, let's send things down to Billy for the pre-game introductions.
And your home team, your Weeks Major Midgets. And now you all please rise and remove your hat for the flag of Both Canada.
take a look at the starters for Cole Harbour. It's going to be Sack and McDonald on the back end. Michael Sack and Adam McDonald. And the starting forward line of Dylan Andrews alongside his line mates. And I'm just trying to get a better look at the numbers there. Ben Boyd will be on that line along with Carter Murchison. For the Weeks, it's going to be Braden Schmidt on the back end to get this game started alongside James Harrison. Starting forward line, Lucas Canning, who had a hat trick in that meeting a week ago, with Merle Putnam. And the third member of that line, Riley McKinnon. The banging of the sticks indicates we're ready to get it going, and we are underway. Puck down into the Weeks, or into the Cole Harbour zone, as the Weeks are able to put some pressure on early, but Cole Harbour quick to come out. There at the far side, Murchison, he'll stop at the half wall. Murchison plays it back to Sack. Sack down into the corner. Out in front, there's a chance and a first big save made by Arnfast. As Arnfast gets the first save of the game here, just 21 seconds into the first period. A dangerous pass, but Cole Harbour not able to take advantage of it. Off of the draw, puck played up the wall, Sack able to keep it in. Now it'll go back to Jeremiah Martin, he'll play it around to the near side. Picked up there by Curry. He gets it as far as the line. McDonald will send it back in down low. Martin comes around to the near side himself. Plays it off the wall and down the ice. It's going to roll in towards the net. Power will pick up before it gets all the way there. Takes it behind the net. His lead pass, partially broken up by Sim. And now Murchison will play it back to Power. Matt Power plays it across to the near side for Carr. Carr going behind the net as Landon Sim was there shadowing him. Pass for Chase. Chase coming through and out of his own zone. Plays it ahead. Bringing it in across the blue line is Merriam. Joey Merriam takes it behind the net. Out in front. Pass goes all the way through everybody. And it's picked up there by Fraser. Brady Fraser with the shot. That goes wide. Comes all the way around to Carr at the near side point. Back down into the corner for Chase. Picked up there by Fraser. He'll come out, take a shot. I believe that might have hit Hunter on the way. Didn't get all the way through to Arnfast. Now it comes back to Carr again. There's another shot. That one does get through. Arnfast steers out of side. Power with the shot. And that goes well wide and goes all the way up the boards and out. Waiting for it there is Welsh. He gets it ahead. As Power able to play it in across the line, but coming right back out again are the Weeks as we hit the 2-minute mark. George will ring it around the boards. A little bit too far. Harrison tried to play it towards the middle of the ice. Now coming back and picking up here is Schmidt. Schmidt with a shot. Save made by George, and he deflects the puck right up into his own glove to hang on for a face-off. 2:13 gone here in the opening period. As we get our second stoppage in play, Kiefer Avery in to take the draw against Bryson Boudreau. Harrison, his shot ends up hitting Avery and rolling wide. Avery then goes after the puck behind the net. Como there to give him a bump, but Avery still on the puck in the corner. Plays it back down into the corner as he was working up the wall. Coming out now, there's a chance, and Avery ends up putting it just wide off of the pass from Bryson Curry. Here comes Schmidt back into his own zone to pick up the puck. His lead pass just a little bit too far away from McLaughlin, and it comes all the way to Michael Sack. He plays it across, and now out to center. Boudreau trying to get on that one. Boudreau couldn't quite get around Greatorex, as coming back to help out as well was McLaughlin. There's an icing call against the Wolfpack with 2:59 gone here in the third period. And the face-off will come all the way back down into the Wolfpack zone off to the left of goaltender Lane George. All 8 teams in the Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League in action tonight. One game started about an hour ago as Steel Subaru is up in Port Hood taking on the Cape Breton West Islanders. There's a shot, save made by George, and he takes a little bit of a bump after getting the puck smothered. We've got this game here at the Pictou County Wellness Center, Cole Harbour against the Weeks. Down at the Halifax Civic Center, it's the Coltec Valley Wildcats taking on the Halifax McDonald's. And up in Membertou, the UPS Store South Shore Mustangs are visiting the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush. All three games other than the Steel Subaru Cape Breton West game, 7 o'clock start, so all just getting underway. And obviously no reports as of yet. We'll try to see if during intermissions, maybe I'll check Twitter and see what scores I can find through Twitter and whatnot on those games. Unfortunately, the way the league website is set up, it is difficult to provide in-game updates on the website, as Sim partially avoids a hit from Fraser there as he dumps the puck into the Wolfpack zone. But through Twitter and whatnot, we'll try to keep you up to date. Hunter gets the pass ahead there for Riley McKinnon. McKinnon plays it towards the middle. Now the puck comes back. There's Contact with a shot. Save made. Puck comes back to Contact. Another shot, another save. And then Lane George able to cover up and hang on for a face-off. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the first period. Still no score between the Wolfpack and the Weeks Major Midgets. Wolfpack, of course, one of 3 teams who base themselves in the Metro Halifax area. There's a shot from the point, and George able to make the save. For the Weeks, meanwhile, they draw from Pictou County as well as Colchester and Cumberland County. And occasionally, they'll draw players. There's a chance coming in, as I believe that was Boyd. It was. Ben Boyd had a glorious chance coming in, but Oliver Arnfast again standing tall. There's Harrison with a shot. That's steered aside by the goaltender, George. Now trying to get the puck up to Harrison. It was broken up by Murchison. And out to center, and here comes Boyd. Boyd gets on the puck, cutting to the middle. Couldn't get a shot away, as doing just enough to tangle him up was Schmidt, coming back hard on the back check. Otherwise, I think Boyd might have gotten that puck tucked in around Arnfast for the 1-0 lead. Just over 5 minutes gone here in the first period. Here's McDonald with it now. McDonald, long range shot, ends up hitting Merriam and going wide. Wolfpack still with possession here as they're getting some good pressure in the early going. McDonald now takes it down the wall. He'll bring it back up the wall all the way to the blue line, to the middle of the ice. Now plays it across the far side. Chase with a shot, and Arnfast able to watch that one all the way in and makes the save. 5:42 elapsed so far here in the first period. And the Weeks and Wolfpack still tied at 0. Off of the draw, puck picked up there by Martin. He gets it, flips it out to center. Back to pick up is Sack. Sack takes it behind the net, comes back out the near side. Now flipped out to center, and here comes Merriam. Merriam has Fraser with him, goes to make a drop pass. Fraser was in a little bit too deep for that, but the Wolfpack Chase able to recover. Chase now tried to set it up for Merriam, but getting in the way of that one was Kiefer Avery, wrapping it around the boards to the near side, and playing it out is Putnam. Chase picks up at center ice. Chase has it knocked off his stick by Greatorex. Tanner Greatorex, drafted by the Quebec Rempart in the QMJHL draft over the summer, went to Q camp. He also went and spent some time at the camp of the Truro Bearcats of the Maritime Hockey League. Some valuable major junior and junior A camp experience. And you know that Greatorex, wherever he ends up next year, whether it be with the Rempart or with the Bearcats, likely will be playing a significant role on the blue line of whichever one of those teams it ends up being. Welsh can't hold the line. Has to bring the puck out to center. Loses it, and here comes McKinnon. Riley McKinnon. Centering pass, puck bouncing around, it's loose! And somehow it just stays out and then rolls over off to the side of the net. Glorious chance for the Weeks there, as I'm not sure whether Lane George knew exactly where that puck was or not. McCullough now gets it ahead for Boudreau. Boudreau can't find it in the feet of McGilvery, and then Boudreau sends McGilvery's stick flying. Ended up throwing it almost right at the referee, and Boudreau may be a little bit fortunate there that the referee did not choose to call an interference or whatnot on the play. Off of the draw, Hunter gets it over to McGilvery. McGilvery this time with a very good grip on his own stick, plays it ahead. And here come the Weeks, there's a shot! And I don't know if that, I think that it sounded like it went off the stick of Lane George. And if so, that was a brilliant save to keep this game scoreless. Wolfpack back into the weak zone again. Pass intended for Chase, gets broken up. And then trying to come out of the zone, Lucas Canning lost his footing. Now Green will play it ahead. And here comes a shot and another one off the iron from Devin Mayer. As that one, now George will settle the puck down for sack. The first one, it was hard to tell whether that was wood or iron that the puck hit. The second one, it was definitely iron, as the Weeks play the puck with a high stick, and so we'll get the puck stoppage with 11:40 left to go here in the first period. Weeks and Wolfpack still looking for the first goal of the game, but the Weeks have had some glorious chances in the last minute and a half. Avery pushes the puck into the corner off the draw, but Andrews gets it. Sack from the point now. That shot goes wide. McDonald pinching in, gets to it just ahead of Curry. But now a big bump there on Kiefer Avery as they continue a battle along the near wall. Puck comes to McDonald. He fires it back in deep. Sack now pitching in from the point. Greatorex gets to it. But next, it was turned over as Greatorex ended up putting it on the stick of Dylan Andrews. He centers it out in front. And it goes right to Carter Murchison. And so Murchison, who scored, or actually I'm just going to double check that. Murchison, I know he was involved in that game-winning goal in overtime last week. Just need to refresh my memory whether he scored it or got an assist on it. It was Murchison. As they're saying, it was Andrews' goal. I thought Andrews played it out in front and Murchison scored, but they're saying it was Andrews from Murchison with that goal just beyond the 9-minute mark of the first period. So with the way it currently stands, Dylan Andrews gets his third goal, 5th point of the season from Murchison at 9, I believe it was 9:08, something like that. As I didn't get a chance to get the time written down, I was too busy trying to look up that goal, the summary of the goal from overtime last week. Puck comes to the line, Carr keeps it in there, gets it down into the corner where Frazier plays it around to the far side. Now over there, Merriam in a battle with Harrison. Coming in to work the puck loose there is Chase. He plays it to Power. Power gets it to Merriam over, and there's a shot from Frazier, and that doesn't miss by a whole big bunch. Frazier now tries to play it back to the line to Carr, fans on it a bit, so he picks up the loose puck, tried to take it to the middle of the ice, took a shot and it got blocked. Here's Carr now. His shot also gets blocked as the Week's doing a good job getting in front of shots here as we just passed the midway point of the first period. Carr plays it ahead. Dumped in and now settling the puck down Arnfast. He'll set it up for Schmidt. Schmidt gets past Boudreau, plays it out to center. McKinnon lets it get past him where it was knocked down by Vallis. Now McCullough gets it ahead. There's a shot from Welsh and that's kicked aside by Arnfast. Here comes Landon Sim. Sim chases the puck down into the corner. Can't get through the check of Vallis. Vallis gets the puck. He goes to make a pass ahead. That's slightly off target. And hustling back to get the puck is Jeremiah Martin. Martin brings it back out to center. He'll dump the puck in. It rolls beyond George all the way around to the far side where Putnam is there. Putnam plays it down into the corner for McKinnon. Riley McKinnon. He takes a bump. Now the puck comes to the line. Greater-X was backing off though, and that'll allow Boudreau to pick up. Boudreau gets past Greater-X, takes a shot, and Arnfast gets a piece of that one as Boudreau was looking for the far post. 8:40 left to go here in the first period. Boudreau back on the puck, cuts to the middle, takes a shot, and Arnfast another save. Back to the line, Sack across for McDonald. McDonald just keeps it onside, but it's not going to matter as Canning got the puck. His pass for McKinnon off target, and Sack picks up just before it gets to the goal line. Now McKinnon collides with Canning. Canning takes the worst of that bump, or McDonald rather takes, McDonald bumped with Canning. Now in the corner with the puck there is Fraser, Brady Fraser. 4 or 5 players in there in the battle. Puck comes out and Lucas Canning will pick up. He'll flip it down the ice. Sack will be the first one to it, being watched there by McLaughlin. Plays around to the near side, McDonald. Gets it ahead. Here comes McIntyre. He finds his man, that's Murchison. Murchison takes a bump in the corner. Murchison still on and he gets hauled down by Hunter. No indication of a call as Hunter now ends up putting the puck right towards the front of his own net. Puck played out to center and it comes across to the near side for Carr. Carr will just softly dump it in, coming out of the net to play it Arnfast. He'll get it around to the far side. And here's Kiefer Avery. Off the wall. Harrison tried to get it across for Curry, but a good job on the back check there by, I believe it was Andrews, who had Curry tied up. Under 7 left to go here, first period. Centering pass, nobody there. It comes off the wall. Murchison, he plays it to Como, who was just coming into the zone. Now Murchison tried to get the puck to Boyd, but that's broken up by Putnam. He's able to find Contuck, and here comes Dylan Contuck. Or Blake Contuck, excuse me. As an offside call against the Weeks with 6:34 left to go here in the first period. Putnam to take the draw against Merriam. Off of the face-off, Contuck dumps it in, and Como there to pick up. Gets it ahead to Fraser. Fraser plays it off the wall around Greater-X. Merriam into the corner to go after it. Fraser following up, gets it behind the net for Chase. Chase tried to play it out, but the puck is knocked onto the back of the net by Martin. Still scrambling, still loose. Now the net gets knocked off of its moorings. And we'll get a stoppage with 6:06 left to go here in period number 1. And the Cole Harbour Wolfpack with the goal by Dylan Andrews lead it by a score of 1-0. Face off to the left of goaltender Oliver Arnfast. Weeks get it out to center, and here comes Mayer. He gets it over to Green. Green couldn't get control to get a shot away, but now Green picks up and plays it back down into the corner for Mayer. He takes a bump from Merriam. Sim comes in to help out. Sim trying to skate through the check of Como. Sim near side wall now. Puck turned over to the Wolfpack. Vallis trying to play it ahead. Sim takes that away. Sim trying to get a shot off. He can't, and Chase will bring it out. 5:25 left to go here. There's Chase with that shot. That goes off the side of the net. Now it's played into the near side corner, and Green will pick up. Ryan Green plays it around. Devin Mayer is there. He's got Sim coming out with him, gives it to Green. Green gets it ahead for Sim, but then that'll be an offside as Sim coughed it up just inside the blue line. And as the puck came out and Green carried it back in, that's a no-no. Offside called against the Weeks. 5:09 left to go here in period number 1. Big thanks again to everybody tuning in here on Pictou Sports through video.ibm.com. Harrison gets the puck out and ahead. Canning had a little bit of trouble receiving the pass cleanly, and that allows Adam McDonald to help create the turnover. Now with the puck in the near side corner, Boudreau will take it and skate it to the far side. Play it off the wall, or off the glass, and out to center. Backing up with it there was Schmidt. He played it over to Harrison. Harrison couldn't take it cleanly. And McCullough now, off of the turnover, out for Boudreau. Boudreau couldn't get a shot away. And out come the Weeks. Here's Kontuk with it. Kontuk into the Cole Harbour zone. Takes a shot. Save. Rebound. Another save. Puck still loose. And Boudreau will pick it up and carry it away from danger. Just over 4 minutes left to go here. First period. There's a shot. And we'll get an offside call. And then after the whistle, we had Power knocked down. Boudreau took offense and took a shot at Harrison. And again, with this being the second meeting in as many weeks, and the fact that they'll see each other again 7 days from now, you can't help but think that by the time next Saturday night rolls around and by the time the game next Saturday night is finished, these two teams will have developed a definite distaste for one another. Meanwhile, right off of the draw, Chase and Curry with a bit of a joust. They separate and play goes on. And then they collide as the puck comes to them, and it ends up going through to Purdy. Now here's Curry with it. He tried to avoid a hit, but ended up giving the puck to Power in doing so. And now Purdy will pick up, trying to center it. Cleared away by Jeremiah Martin to the line and held in momentarily, but now Greatorex will lead the rush up. Tanner Greatorex stops at the wall, pays the puck through to McLaughlin. He sends it behind the net. Now McLaughlin will pick it back up again there. Played it over to the wall. Nobody there except for Ryan McIntyre of the Wolfpack. But when McIntyre sent it back behind the net, there were some white jerseys there. But the Wolfpack able to flip it out to center. McKinnon will play it back in again, and Power will pick up. Just over 3 minutes left to go here in the first period as the Cole Harbour captain played it ahead. Now Murchison sends it down into the weak zone. That'll be an icing call against Cole Harbour. Exactly 3 minutes left to go in the first period, and the face-off will come back down into the Wolfpack end. Our next week's Major Midget broadcast will actually be next week from Cole Harbour Place. Now I should mention that game, the internet at Cole Harbour Place is not the strongest, so I'm going to be using data from my phone, and so that means we're not going to have much of a pregame show, if any. And we're also going to be shutting off between periods to try and save some data as much as possible. Andrews dumps the puck in, but that will be our next broadcast. We'll be down in Cole Harbour next week, right along with the Weeks. There's a high hit, and that's going to be a head contact penalty as Ben Boyd came in a little bit too aggressive, too high with the hit. according to the guys in stripes, and their opinion is the one that matters. Head contact, the call on Ben Boyd with 2:21 left to go here in the first period. It is a 4-minute penalty against Ben Boyd. So that will be the first and second power plays of the game for the Weeks. If they do not score in the 2:21 that's left in this first period, the power play will carry over 1 minute and 39 seconds into the second. Here's Green. Gives the puck to Sim. Landon Sim carrying it down into the corner. Circles and comes back. Stops at the wall. Plays it back to Green at the point. Green goes far side for Harrison. Harrison takes it behind the net, then gives it to Green. Green has it roll away from him. Fraser trying to clear. He can't. But able to do so was Purdy. Or that was Sack, rather. And now Harrison with it. He'll play it back in. 1:36 left to go in the first period. Puck comes back out again. Mayer will play it back. Picked up there by Schmidt. He'll back up with the puck. Schmidt gets it ahead for Sim. Landon Sim trying to cut through 3 players. That's not going to work. And the Wolfpack will get it back down the length of the ice. Arnfast settles it down. 1:13 to go in the opening period. Tanner Greatorex works it up. Gets the puck ahead to Jeremiah Martin. Martin will play it down into the corner. Picked up there by Canning. Coming in to help out is Putnam. Putnam into the near corner, into the final minute. Putnam for Greatorex. Greatorex will take the puck all the way over to the far wall, now play it down low for Putnam. Putnam back to the line for Martin. Martin, quick pass to Contact. Contact shot! And that ends up getting blocked by Carr. Along the near side wall, Contact gets it back again. 35 seconds left in the period. Back to Canning. To Contact again. Contact with a shot, and there's a glove save made by Lane George with exactly 29 seconds left in the period. 2:08 left to go in the double minor for head contact. Being served by Ben Boyd. Avery directing traffic before the drop of the puck, and he draws it right to Bryson Curry, exactly where he told Curry to be. But Curry ended up getting his stick lifted, and the Wolfpack get the puck down the ice. 15 seconds left in the period. Here's Hunter. Matthew Hunter. Drop the puck off. Nobody there except Brady Fraser, and he'll send it down the length of the ice, and that'll pretty much do it for period number 1. As the horn sounds to end the first period, Cole Harbour outshoot the Weeks 11-9. They outscore the Weeks 1-0 with Dylan Andrews' 3rd goal, 5th point of the season, assisted by Carter Murchison. The same combination that was part of the overtime winner exactly 1 week ago. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, get you ready for the second period in just a few minutes. You are watching Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League action here on Pictou Sports through video.ibm.com. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the second period here between the Wolfpack and the Weeks. Visitors from Cole Harbour taking a 1-0 lead into period number 2. But the Weeks carry 1 minute and 39 of power play time into the period with a chance to even up the score. I was not able to find any scores on any other games in the out-of-town scoreboard. see here real quickly what we can find now. Dartmouth leads 4-3 over the Steel Subaru. Dartmouth Major Midgets lead 4-3 over the Cape Breton West Islanders. That one early in the third period there. In the game between the Halifax McDonald's, the Macs lead it 3-0 late in the first period in that one. And we'll and I don't have any information on the game between the Rush and the Mustangs. Wolfpack try to clear, but Schmidt will glove that puck down. Played across the far side, Putnam. Back to Harrison. Down to the near side. Having a little bit of trouble there is Canning. And the puck is out to center. 55 seconds left in the power play. Harrison didn't like the angle, so he circles back. Lays it up to Canning. Canning again had a hat trick in the game between these teams 1 week ago. Lucas Canning takes it back behind the net. Sets it there for Greater X, who will start the rush up. He makes the pass ahead for Harrison. Here comes Harrison in across the blue line. Held up by Carr, and that allows Chase to get the puck out and down the ice. First one to it will be Purdy, as Purdy won the race to that puck. 16 seconds left in the power play. Purdy still able to tie it up for a little while longer. Great job on the penalty kill here by Stephen Purdy, killing some valuable seconds off of that clock. Hunter now gets it ahead for Mayer. Quick one-touch pass right back to, sorry, that's Sim, not Hunter, 15, not 5. And as Sim takes the backhand shot, the glove save made by Lane George, and he'll hang on for the face-off. 18-17 left to go here in the second period. The Weeks now 0 for 2 officially with the power play after the double minor expires. Draw one over to the wall for Como. He played it around the boards, couldn't clear. Now there to pick up is going to be Ryan Green. Green for Mayer. His shot gets blocked. McGilvery plays it across to the far side. Nobody there, and Boyd will go pick up. Boyd works his way down the right wing, takes a bump. Now Sim will pick up. Fanned on his pass attempt, and that results in a chance for the Wolfpack there. Save made by Arnfast. Puck was still loose, but a little bit too deep as Murchison couldn't take advantage. Now Sim turns the puck over from Andrews, but couldn't get beyond center ice. Mayer will flip it down into the Wolfpack zone and go off on a change. Vallis gets there just ahead of Sim. Vallis gets it up to Andrews. Andrews brings it in across the line, then drops it off. Pass for Murchison, that's broken up. And out comes Sim. He'll flip the puck high in the air and he'll peel off for a change. The last man of the five-man unit to finish the change. Now we're going to have a penalty coming up here against Cole Harbour. As slow to get up is Harrison. And they're going to call head contact again, and I believe this may be another one of the 4-minute variety. We'll wait to see the official confirmation. It is head contact. I couldn't see from my angle whether the ref put up 2 or 4 fingers. And as we say, it got put up on the board. It is a 4-minute penalty. So for the second time in this game, the Weeks get a 4-minute power play. This time it's Mike Sack who takes the head contact penalty. Hunter holds the puck in at the line. No, he doesn't. As the linesman there in great position to see that Matthew Hunter could not quite hold the line. With 3:11 gone in the period, 15 seconds gone in this second 4-minute man advantage for the Weeks on the night. They weren't able to take advantage of their first one. And here as we play in the early stages of the second period, you get the feeling that if they can't take advantage of this one, how many more extra skater opportunities are they going to get? Here's Putnam with the puck. Ahead for Kontuk. Kontuk couldn't take it cleanly, but Power not able to clear. Hunter now gets it down low to Kontuk. Kontuk tries to play it out in front. It goes off the skate of Carr, right back onto the stick of Kontuk. He tries to play it down low for Schmidt, who had switched positions with Kontuk. But again, Carr with a nice play. Clears that one away from danger. And the Wolfpack change all 4 penalty killers. Puck dumped in. Bounces right to George, who's able to play it back out to center. Now McLaughlin, soft backhand shot on net, and George able to cover up easily. But the Weeks will get an offensive zone face-off and a chance to reset here with 2:38 left to go in the double minor for head contact taken by Mike Sack. Avery to take the draw against Merriam. Avery wins it, comes back to the line for Schmidt. Over to McGilvery, there's a shot. And I think he had George going the wrong way a little bit there, but George able to react well enough to make the save. Now a pass off target. That'll allow McIntyre to get the puck back into the weak zone. McLaughlin gets it up to Avery. Avery able to find Curry. Here comes Curry. Bryson Curry over. There's McGilvery with a shot, save, rebound. There's another chance. Puck still loose, and George able to cover it up and hang on for a face-off. The best chance of this power play right there for the Weeks. Not able to get it past Lane George though. 2:09 left to go in the double minor. Face off now, this time to the left side of the Wolfpack goaltender. Here's Kontuk. Working it up the wall, now plays it down low. The pass a little bit off target for Riley McKinnon, but McKinnon able to win the battle to get the puck back to Kontuk, now to the line for Martin. To Kontuk. His shot can't get through McDonald, and McDonald able to play it out to center. Martin, being watched by Boudreau, gives the puck to Putnam. Here comes Putnam, 1:40 left in the man advantage. Now Martin puts it right on the stick of Boudreau, who flips it down the ice. Tanner Greatorex back to get it. And the Weeks captain carries it ahead, tries to make a pass, that's into some feet. It does get into the zone, but right onto the stick of Comeau, who will dump it down. Arnfast gives to Martin. Martin able to get away from the forecheck of Chase. Now that pass off target, as the Weeks are having trouble getting tape to tape here, even with the extra room of the extra skater. Here's Mayer now, 55 seconds left in the power play. Gives to Martin. Martin's pass off target. And the Wolfpack are able to send it down the length of the ice. Martin again. This time makes the back pass to Mayer. Mayer has it knocked off his stick by Chase. Then Greatorex skates right into the pile. Mayer gets it ahead for Green, but Comeau right there to help break that up. And it's back out to center again. McGilvery with 23 seconds left in the power play. As the Wolfpack have the Weeks. As the Wolfpack had the Weeks stuck in neutral ice or even back in their own zone. And one of the Wolfpack, I believe it was Chase, a little bit frustrated with the official as a check resulted in his face mask coming loose and imploring upon the official to call a penalty. None got called, and I would argue that if the contact of the hit made his face mask come loose, then chances are pretty good that contact was made with the head. And Chase certainly has an argument to make there. The evidence pretty clear. And I mean, we've seen it called before, where even if the contact is not with the head, but the hit results in the head making contact with the ice or with the boards or whatever, we've seen head contact penalties get called for the fact that the hit resulted in the head hitting something. And if his mask came loose, even if the primary point of contact was not his head, if the face mask came loose, there must have been his head hitting something along the way. So Blake Chase certainly with a strong argument there for the ref to call a penalty. But as we see, none was called as we continue to play here now 5-on-5 with the puck down low deep in the Wolfpack zone. Murchison gets it over to Vallis. Vallis will carry the puck up. Back to Murchison with the pass. Murchison's shot goes wide. Puck comes around the boards for Boyd. He takes a bump, and the puck is back out to center ice. Pass for Murchison. He gets just a piece of the puck. Schmidt picks it up there. Up to McLaughlin. Here comes McLaughlin. His shot goes off a leg way up high into the air, and that will result in a stoppage in play with just over 8 minutes gone here in period number 2. McKinnon and Boudreau to take the draw here. Boudreau wins it back. Picked up by Power. He gets it to Welsh. Welsh's pass deflected slightly, and just enough that McCullough couldn't take it cleanly. Now, as they play ping pong back and forth down the ice, Martin now finally makes a pass over to Greatorex. Ahead, Power gets tangled up with Canning, and McKinnon will come and pick up the loose puck. Gets through the check of Welsh. There's a shot, and a kick save made by George. Here's Hunter pinching all the way in. He takes a shot. That's kicked aside. Canning down into the corner. Behind the net. Out in front for Hunter. And there's a big save made by George. Puck is still loose. Finally, Hunter finds it, gets a shot away. Puck rolls down into the corner. McKinnon will play it over to the near side. And picking it up is Adam Carr. Carr will get it ahead. Now we're going to see another penalty. This one will go against the Wolfpack, I believe. And it's going to be a head contact penalty again. Then after the play, Lucas Canning gives Boudreau a bit of a shove. Gets away with that one. As this time it's a 2-minute head contact penalty. Adam Carr going off. So technically the 5th power play of the game for the Weeks. Here's the puck back to the line for Schmidt. There's a shot, save made, and held onto by George. Just 17 seconds coming off of the power play clock for the Weeks. 10:29 left to go here in the second period. Weeks out shooting Cole Harbour 7-0 so far in this period, thanks in part to the fact that they had more than a minute of power play time to start the period. then a 4-minute power play, and now they're back on the power play again here. So no big surprise that Cole Harbour hasn't been able to generate a lot of offense. There's a shot and a save made. And George will skate away from the net as there was a bit of a crowd around there. So we'll get a face-off this time to the right of Lane George. 17 saves so far on the game for George. And the puck sent down the length of the ice. Arnfast will settle it down for Harrison. Here comes Harrison. He gives to Schmidt. Schmidt gets around the check of McIntyre, then plays the puck around Purdy, but puts it onto the stick of Vallis, and Vallis will send it down the ice. Harrison back to get it again. 50 seconds left now in the power play. Pass to Sim. Sim goes to give it back to Harrison, but he was heading towards the bench for a change. Schmidt comes back and picks up. Here comes Schmidt down into the corner, behind the net, into the near side corner, went to play toward, or far side corner, went to play towards the front, but the pass doesn't get through, and the Wolfpack play it back out to center. 27 seconds left in the power play. Here comes Mayer. Mayer trying to cut around. Mayer, sharp angle shot, save made, rebound cleared away by Comeau. He takes a big hit behind the net. And Mayer picks up the puck. He loses it. Vallis will pick up the loose puck and bring it into the weak zone. Just 7 seconds left in the power play. Greatorex gets the pass onto the stick of Putnam. Here comes Merle Putnam. Over for, that was Kontuk who got that shot away. Off of the glove of George and over the crossbar, but in play. Now Canning gets tripped up at center ice. We're going to see another Weeks power play. As coming out of the net is Arnfast. The Weeks take the puck back into their own zone. Now they'll get the 6-on-5 rush going. Here's Putnam bringing it in. He chops it down below the goal line, and as McDonald touches up, we'll see the 6th power play of the game for the Crushers. 2 4-minute power plays, which count as 2 because it is a double minor. And now their second 2-minute power play. This one for tripping. 6 straight power plays, 12 minutes of power play time for the Weeks. And when it ends, we will have played just a little under 34 minutes. They will have had 12 minutes of power play time if this full 2 minutes of power play time gets used. Merriam on the forecheck knocks the puck off the stick of McGilvery. So McGilvery had to pick back up, take it back behind the net. Now he'll lead the rush up again. 35 seconds gone in the power play. Wrapped around to the near side. Hunter gets it at the half wall, plays it back down into the corner. Now working it there, Avery gives to McLaughlin, back to Avery, back to the line for Harrison. Harrison's shot can't get through the traffic. Hunter will pick up at the far wall, has it knocked away from him by Chase. Chase gets it to the line, not out, kept in nicely by Harrison. Now McLaughlin with a shot. That goes just high and wide. Picked up there by Curry. He takes a big hit, and out comes Murchison. Murchison gets the shot away. That goes wide. Puck comes up the far wall, and Curry will come back and pick up. Then overskates the puck and nearly lost it to Andrews. Now Carr gets it down the length of the ice. Just 30 seconds left in the Weeks man advantage. Harrison across for Schmidt. Puck was brought in, then sent back out. Now Schmidt gives to Putnam. Putnam couldn't get it in across the line. Now Schmidt will pick up and take it behind the net as the penalty is about to expire. Puck out at center. McKinnon brings it in. He loses it to Boudreau. And out comes Boudreau. And there's the first official save of the second period by Arnfast. And it comes with just a little over 6 minutes left in the period. There's another shot that goes wide. And Vallis will have to come out to center ice. He plays it over to Como. Ahead for Welsh. Sent down into the zone. Back to pick up is Schmidt. Now Greatorex wraps it around the boards. Carr there to hold it in. To Welsh, over to Boudreau, and Boudreau will finish it off and put the Wolfpack up 2-0. Bryson Boudreau getting his first goal, second point of the season at 14:25. And in the span of about 35 seconds or so, the Wolfpack have gotten 6 shots on goal after having none in the first nearly 14 minutes. And out of those 6 shots, one of them has gone in. I believe he said McIntyre and Carr with the assists there, as Arnfast has to make yet another save. And if the Weeks cannot come back and win this game, you'd have to look at the fact that out of the first, give or take 35 minutes, they spent 12 minutes on the power play and did not produce a single goal out of it. Puck down below the goal line. Hunter plays it up the wall. Sack there. He'll send it back down into the corner. Comes back up the wall to Sack. Now Putnam will pick it up. Plays it over to the far side. Weeks get it to the line, not out. Held in this time by McDonald. He puts it right in onto Arnfast, and Arnfast will cover up again for a face-off. 4:49 left to go in the second period. And again, you have to look at this as a game of missed opportunities for the Weeks. There's Canning getting it out to center. McKinnon will pick up. Riley McKinnon stops, turns. Puck comes across to Putnam. He fires it, and it goes just wide. Now it's flipped out to center. Schmidt gets it before Fraser can, but Schmidt ends up putting it on the stick of Vallis. Vallis comes in. He gets tripped up by Schmidt, and now we'll see our first penalty of the game to the Weeks once they touch the puck. And it will be a tripping call. With 4:14 left to go here in the second period, as Braden Schmidt goes off for the trip. So the Weeks 0 for their first 6 power plays. Now Cole Harbour gets their first of the game. And this penalty kill, from a Weeks perspective, is absolutely critical, as they don't want to go down by 3. Near side Carr. For Andrews, he takes the one-time shot, and it's wide. McLaughlin able to get it out to center and into the Wolfpack zone. Carr now working it back up the ice. Gains the red line. Off the stick of Greatorex, and it goes up into the netting just above the glass here at the Pictou County Wellness Center, with 1:26 left to go in the period, or in the man advantage. 3:40 left to go here in the second period. And after the Weeks had the first 9 shots on goal in this period, the Wolfpack have responded. I stand corrected. I made a mistake earlier. The Wolfpack had gotten 4 shots on goal in that span of about 35 or 40 seconds, of which one of them went in. They now have 6 shots on goal in this period. As that puck sent down the ice, but it goes out of play and into the walkway down towards the Weeks dressing room. And so we'll get another face-off in the Weeks Major Midget zone. Puck comes all the way around the boards. McDonald there to keep it in. McDonald works it down the wall. 1:06 left to go in the power play. Down to McCullough. McCullough back to Welsh. Near side McDonald down to Sack. Behind the net for McCullough. McCullough back to Welsh. To McDonald. Into the middle for Boudreau. Boudreau can't get a shot away. There is a shot, and Arnfast steers that aside. Green now on the puck. He can't clear. Green gets it back again. Plays it ahead. Curry with a nice little move. Now Curry, but a great play there by McDonald to make sure that Bryson Curry couldn't get a short-handed break out. Boudreau brings it back into the weak zone. Boudreau drops it to Comeau. Comeau drops it off for Welsh. Welsh down into the corner for McCullough. McCullough to Welsh. 10 seconds left in the power play. Back to Boudreau. Boudreau trying to get away from Green. Boudreau now has to get away from Hunter. Gets some space, takes the shot, save made, and Arnfast will gather up the rebound just as the penalty expires. So we have 2:14 left to go, and I mean that penalty literally just expired as Arnfast gloved that puck down. Purdy and Sim to take the draw. Sim wins it back to Greatorex. He'll play it around the wall and out to center by Riley McKinnon. Sim now knocked off the puck with a good check from, I believe that was Boyd. And the puck dumped into the Cole Harbour zone. Turned over to McKinnon as George misplayed that puck. But McKinnon not able to take advantage as it was handed right to him by Lane George behind the net. Now Boyd plays it over to Comeau. Chance in front for Purdy, but he couldn't get a stick on it. 1:30 left to go in the second period. Played out towards the front. There's a chance for Boyd. He turns and fires. That gets blocked. Now to Comeau. Over to Carr. Carr's shot gets through, and Arnfast makes the save and hangs on for the face-off. 1:20 left to go in the second period. And you talk about that theme of missed opportunities. A big missed opportunity there for Riley McKinnon, as he was nearly gifted a goal by Lane George on that play. Merriam has it knocked off his stick. Now Canning. Canning gets it back again, deflects it down just across the blue line. Power plays it back out to Merriam for Fraser, across to Chase. Here comes Chase. There's a shot. Arnfast gets a piece of that one to steer it away. As we're down to the final 50 seconds. Here's Putnam with a shot. That goes high. Puck comes all the way to Harrison at the point. His shot. And that goes off of Merriam and up over the glass and out of play, as Merriam got a piece of Harrison just as he took the shot. So the face-off will stay inside the zone. 43.9 seconds left to go here in the third period. Andrews to take the face-off against Avery. Andrews wins it over towards the wall for Sack. Comes around to the near side to Murchison. 37 seconds left. Murchison has it knocked off his stick by Avery. Puck goes down below the goal line. Now McLaughlin back to the point for Harrison. Harrison's shot hits a body in front. That was McDonald, and McDonald will recover and carry the puck out. Gives to Murchison. Murchison across for Boyd. Boyd got tangled up with McLaughlin. Now here's Sack His shot hits the crowd in front. There's a loose puck or loose stick out there as well. It just rolls through the crease and just beyond the far post. Now we've got a player down in the near corner. Very slow to get up. And as I look, it's Carter Murchison. And cooler heads will prevail here. And we get a little bit of good sportsmanship between the goalies as Arnfast and George give each other a little pat on the way by. Shots on goal in the second period, 11-9 in favor of the Weeks after it was 11-9 in favor of Cole Harbour in the first period. So the two-period total 20-20, but the difference being 2 pucks have gotten past Oliver Arnfast, 1 off the stick of Dylan Andrews, 1 off the stick of Bryson Boudreau. And the score after 40 minutes of play, Cole Harbour lead the Weeks Major Midgets 2-0. We'll take a break, come back, get you ready for the third. You are watching Nova Scotia Major Midget Hockey League action here on Pictou Sports through video.ibm.com. Called at the end of the period. Ben Boyd looks like he's in disbelief that he's one of the people going to the box. But that does certainly appear to be the case. It looks like 2 Weeks in the box and 1 Wolfpack. And so it will be a power play for Cole Harbour out of this, as the extra penalty is going to go to James Harrison. All of these penalties coming at the 20-minute mark of period 2. And we're just getting the call of those now. So Harrison gets 2 for the cross check. McLaughlin. McLaughlin and Boyd get coincidentals for roughing, so Harrison's the extra and McLaughlin and Boyd with the coincidentals. So again, this is the second power play of the game for Cole Harbour. They are 0 for 1. And you got to figure if they can take advantage of this power play and make the gap 3 here in the early stages of the third period, that would be just about the big nail in the coffin. There's a shot from Vallis, can't get through the traffic, and the Weeks are able to clear it down the length of the ice. Chase, I think, got hit with that puck, and he is in extreme discomfort, battling his way back to the bench. Great effort there by Blake Chase to get back down to that bench after taking I believe it was the shot from Vallis that got him in the leg. Not sure where it got him, but he was in, looked like it might have been in the thigh where he's favoring. Boudreau gives the puck to McIntyre. McIntyre goes far side for Vallis. That shot gets through, puck loose in front. Still loose, McIntyre tries to tuck it in. There's a shot, save, rebound! Green made a save, Arnfast made a save, but not enough saves as the power play does convert. As I believe it was Boudreau who finished it off, and if so, that's his third or second of the game and second of the season and third point. All of this coming at 1:48 of period number 3. And like I said, the 3-goal lead now. Good news for the Wolfpack. Chase right back out there on the ice. So whatever the issue was with the leg, he seems to have recovered. It is indeed Boudreau's goal, so it is his second of the game. They announced it as McIntyre and Vallis who's got the assists, but I thought for sure it was 16 Murchison, not 15. So we'll have to see if that gets changed later. It's not an easy job trying to figure out the assists sometimes. Harrison dumping the puck right in onto George there. Harrison now with the puck in his own zone. Weeks trailing by 3, just over 17 minutes left. There's a shot from Harrison. And making the save and hanging on is Lane George. As the coincidental penalties out of everything that came at the end of the period to McLaughlin and Boyd come to an end. Off of the draw, puck comes to Harrison. Down into the corner. Sack can't get the puck out past Harrison. He rolls it in right onto George, who sets it up for McDonald. McCullough gets it out for Welsh. Welsh with the shot right on. Arnfast makes the save, and then after the whistle, Boudreau goes down. Looked like he was trying to sell that he took a stick in the nether regions. I didn't see the stick actually come up. And as they're heading back towards the bench, Boudreau seems to be joking a little bit. So perhaps it was just an attempt to sell something that the ref wasn't buying. Heard something that I thought sounded a bit like a whistle, but it wasn't as play goes on. Down the ice, Sack gets to the puck just before Sim can get there, but then he puts it off the stick or the foot of Mayer. There's a shot from long range, cleared away by McDonald. He gets it ahead. Trying to make a pass to Boyd as Murchison tried to get maybe a little too cute with it. Now Como tries to send it down low for Boyd. And the Weeks will flip it back out to center. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the third period. Back to pick up is Como. He'll play it ahead to Andrews. Andrews gets it over to McIntyre. He'll chip it in for Boyd. Boyd now, there's a shot. Arnfast steers that one away. And it's back out to center. Vallis heading back all the way just ahead of his own goal line. Plays it to McIntyre. Turns it over to McKinnon. McKinnon tried to get that pass through. It doesn't connect. Vallis now is able to get it to McIntyre. And the Wolfpack are able to come out. Puck turned over at the Weeks blue line. McKinnon now coming into the Cole Harbour zone. Tries to set it up there for Canning. That pass too far in front of him. And McIntyre will lead the rush up the other way. McIntyre trying to work around Harrison. He can't, but the puck goes down into the corner for Purdy. Weeks get possession back. Now Carr out at center ice. Fans on his pass attempt. Canning trying to take advantage. He can't. Contuck now will cut towards the middle. Puck still loose. Contuck turns, fires, save, rebound. Puck still loose. It goes into the corner. And skating through the check there was Contuck, or Canning rather, but as he tried to make a pass, a stick got in the way. Now Curry from center ice trying to cut back in. Following up, there's Avery with a shot. And the save made by George with 14:19 left to go here in the third period. And the Wolfpack leading it 3-0. A reminder, our next week's Major Midget broadcast will be the same two teams next Saturday night from Cole Harbour. Long lead pass, misses the target, and that'll be an icing call. And the face-off will come down into the Cole Harbour end off of the icing. Merriam and Avery to take the draw. Neither wins it cleanly. McIntyre had the puck for a second. Now it gets out to center, and it rolls to McGilvery. His pass too far for McLaughlin. Now it rolls to McIntyre. He feeds it to Chase. Chase for Merriam. Merriam has it knocked off his stick. McIntyre with the shot, or McCullough rather with the shot. That's cleared away. Now McDonald sends it down low. Chase tried to get it out in front. Puck rolls all the way through to McCullough. He can't get a shot off. Puck sitting in the corner. McCullough the first one to see it. He gets knocked down by McGilvery. And we'll see another Cole Harbour power play as we get more pushing and shoving here. And it looks like both guys are going to go to the box, and it's going to be an even call perhaps. McGilvery goes in one door, Chase in the other. And the indication is indeed 5-on-5. So coincidental penalties at 6:28 of the third period. Here's a pass intercepted by McKinnon. Riley McKinnon trying to come in, but Vallis on the back check, still a shot away. And George able to get the leg out and make the save as McKinnon nearly made something out of nothing. Now Greatorex with a chance. Contuck got a piece of that one looking for a deflection, but it goes wide. And all the way out and down into the weak zone. Martin now ahead. That pass goes off of McKinnon. Putnam gets ridden into the boards by Boudreau as we get the announcement of those two penalties. Tripping the call against the Weeks was a trip. The call against Chase of the Wolfpack was a rough after the whistle. Meanwhile, the puck dumped in right onto Lane George, and he hangs on for another face-off. 12:34, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. With the Weeks starting to see that clock as a bit of an enemy here. Green can't get a pass fed through. Now Sim intercepts a pass. He's got a couple players in position. Pass a little too far in front of Mayer. Came in a little bit too close on the goaltender Lane George. Now coming the other way, here's Andrews. Andrews takes the shot, he scores! As Oliver Armfast gets beat glove side. That a far from typical goal on Oliver Armfast. Dylan Andrews gets his third goal, or second of the game, fourth of the season. making it 4-0 with 12:09 left to go. And if you watched 100 games of Oliver Arnfast in goal, you'd see maybe 2-3 goals like that in total over all 100 of those games. That's one he pretty much always stops. Ben Boyd gets an assist on the goal, as does Max Power. So it's Andrews, his second of the game from Boyd and Power, to make it a 4-0 lead. Now the puck hung up for a second there on the side of the net, but Hunter able to get it off, gets it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin chips it in, goes chasing after it. Coming out to play it though is George, and he's able to get it all the way out to center. Martin now with 11:24 on the clock. Martin didn't have an angle, so circles back, gives to Harrison now. Harrison nearly skates away from the puck, dumps it in. George comes out of the net, plays it over to the far side corner for Sack. Sack comes back to the near side for Comeau, and now it's played ahead and out for Fraser. Brady Fraser down into the corner, cuts to the middle, and Arnfast makes the save there, keeping the 5-hole just enough closed. That Power couldn't tuck that puck in. Here's Vallis now with it, below his own goal line. Vallis goes to make a pass. That's blocked by Putnam, but Putnam not able to take possession off of it. Now a scrum along the far wall. Puck comes out. Schmidt there to knock that down. He gives, and there's a shot from Harrison, and that goes up over the glass and out of play. 10:28 left to go here in the third period. Weeks trailing it 4-0. Again, we've got one more game this weekend here on Petter Pictou Sports. Tomorrow at noon, we'll have the Subway Northern Subway Selects taking on the Edza West Reds out of the Fredericton area of New Brunswick in Nova Scotia Female Midget Hockey League action tomorrow at noon right here on Petter Pictou Sports. There's a chance. The puck is underneath Arnfast. He doesn't know where it is. The whistle goes before the puck crosses the line, and we've got a penalty coming up. Roughing the call.
Regulations are a disaster.
Wait, and both Boudreau and Schmidt are going like, "Who, me?" But it's both of them apparently. So another set of coincidental penalties with 10:02 on the clock. 4-0 the scoreline in favor of the Cole Harbour Wolfpack, as they look to improve to 3-1-1 on the season. The Weeks trying to avoid getting their first regulation loss, but they're going to need to put up 4 goals in a relative hurry here. Under 10 minutes left to go. McCullough gets taken into the boards by Greatorex. Sim able to get the puck out. Hunter has his stick lifted, and that allows Power to start going the other way, but he gets his stick lifted, and now Landon Sim plays it down off the end boards. Mayer there to pick that up. Devin Mayer back to the line for Hunter, across to the far side, McGilvery. There's a shot, deflected in front, but George able to get on it. Now behind the net, coming out in front is Green. He takes the shot, gets the hit from Carr just as he shoots. And again, as we've seen several times through the first 10:49 of this period, some pushing and shoving after the whistle. These two teams definitely have developed a bit of animosity over last Saturday and this Saturday. And again, we'll have these same two teams again next Saturday, as it's played down into the Cole Harbour zone. Martin sends it back down below the goal line. Sack able to get it ahead, and Miriam will now bring it out. He plays it ahead for McIntyre. McIntyre back to Miriam. Miriam tries to take a shot. He fans on it, and McGilvery will get it to McKinnon, and McKinnon plays it around Sack, and back to get it is McDonald. McDonald stops behind the net. Now he'll bring it back out. Plays it over to Sack. Sack will flip it in off the end boards. Back to get it Greatorex, but McIntyre right on his heels. Greatorex now plays it to McKinnon. McKinnon off the glass and out. Vallis on it, but Contuck right on his heels with just over 8 minutes left now here in the third period. Long lead pass. Greatorex breaks up the pass to Chase, and now Avery will get the puck, trying to cut around Comeau. Avery tried to play it towards the net. Vallis also got in the way. Now Vallis and Avery bump in the corner. Puck held in at the line momentarily by Harrison. Now Chase able to get it out and across. There's a shot taken by Murchison. An attempt at a centering pass. Harrison breaks that up. Harrison gets the puck again. Boyd steals from him. Back to the line for Comeau. There's a shot. Arnfast steers that into the corner. Andrews takes a bump from Harrison, and Andrews a little slow to get up there. He appears to be all right though. 7:14 left to go here in the third period. And the face-off will come outside the zone, as the stoppage was the result of the puck being underneath. The Wolfpack player. Here's McGilvery with it. He'll give to Hunter. Tried to break it to Putnam, but Welsh intercepts. Here comes Welsh coming in. But a back check by Putnam prevents Welsh from getting a shot away. Great hustle there by Merle Putnam. Even in a 4-0 game with under 7 minutes left, Merle Putnam putting on the Jets to not allow Welsh to get a shot away. Here comes Putnam now on the offensive end. Putnam, great move to get around Carr, plays it across the crease. Canning was there, but he ends up putting the puck up over the glass. Then Putnam after the whistle. A nice defensive play, a nice offensive play, and then a little shove for good measure at the end of it by Merle Putnam. 6:35 left to go here in the third period. 4-0 in favor of the Wolfpack. Chase plays it back to Sack, over to McDonald, or Sack, excuse me, to McDonald. That one sent down the length of the ice. That will be an icing against the Weeks. .6:23 left to go in the third period. Right off of the draw, there's a shot. It gets blocked. Green can't get beyond McDonald, who sends it back down low. Fraser, or Martin, excuse me, plays it back around to the near side. Three players in the battle there. Brody Fraser gets it back to the point to McDonald. There's a shot, save, rebound. Merriam trying to get a second chance opportunity, but that's cleared away and out of danger. And that will be an icing against the Weeks. .5:53 now left on the clock. Face off to the right of Oliver Arnfast. Weeks get possession off of the draw. Mayer able to get around Como. Mayer in front for Green. And another nice save made there. Off the redirection by Green, made by Lane George. Out to center. McIntyre has it knocked away from him by Green. Puck goes to Sim. Here comes Lane Sim, dropping it off for Canning. Canning back down to Sim. Those two were line mates much of last season for the Warewell Major Bantam Bombers. Kiefer Avery, the third guy who was on that line. One of the top scoring lines in all of Major Bantam last year. Here's a chance. Boudreau behind the net, trying to play it out in front. Blocked a couple of times there with nice plays by Schmidt. And the puck down the ice, not hard enough for an icing. Vallis back to get it. Under 5 to go here, third period. Contact plays it back in deep. And Vallis goes back to pick up and again. Vallis gets it as far as the Weeks blue line. Hunter knocked it down there. Now it's Contact. He'll get it to Putnam. Here comes Merle Putnam. Putnam with the shot. That goes off the skate of Vallis up into the glass. Matthew Hunter now. He takes a bump from Merriam. Hunter in deep. Now the puck will come to Boyd. And Boyd will make a long lead pass across to the far side for Murchison. Murchison with the shot. That goes up into the glass, rings all the way around the boards. Contact the other way. Gets it to Hunter. Here's Hunter. Matthew Hunter. To Putnam. Putnam puts it just wide as he was looking for a tip in but couldn't make the connection. Now Putnam coming out of the corner, trying to get away from Carr. He can't, and Miriam will come in and pick up the loose puck and play it ahead. 3:40 left to go, third period. 4-0 for the Wolfpack. Boyd gets it through to Power, excuse me. That pass broken up, and the Weeks will send it down the ice. Just hard enough to get the icing. So just needed to take a little bit off the draw weight there, and it would have been just about perfect. Speaking of draw weight, of course, coming up in a little less than a month and a half, we've got a pretty big curling event coming on at this rink, on this sheet of ice here. It is a Grand Slam of curling event, so while that's happening, Pictou Sports will be a little bit quiet. We won't have any home games for any of our teams that we usually follow here on Pictou Sports, but I think the plan is to go on the road for at least a game or two. Again, we'll give you more details when we get closer to that, but pretty exciting to see some big name curlers coming to Pictou County here in a little over a month, not quite a month and a half. 2:41 left to go here in the third period. And the only question left to ask in this one, I think, is whether or not a certain number will stay on the board. I'm not one of those people who doesn't believe, or who believes in broadcasters' curses. I don't believe that if I use a particular word, I'm jinxing a goalie or anything like that. But out of respect for those people who do believe in broadcaster curses, I'm not going to use the word just yet. Chase, behind the net. Leaves the puck for Miriam. Miriam takes a bump though. Puck gets to the line. Como now, he'll take a shot. That gets blocked. And Curry will play it out to center. Vallis dumps it right back in again. Arnfast comes out of the net. Leaves it for Schmidt. Schmidt will pick up. Realizes he has nowhere to go as that line was blocked by Fraser, but somehow they get the puck through to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin takes it down the ice. After getting down below the goal line, he loses it to Como. Wolfpack, a little bit of an awkward change there. And here's Curry with it now, trying to get away from Vallis. Curry still with the puck. Plays it out towards the front. Boudreau knocks it away from McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets it back, takes the shot. And the save made there by Green. 1:29 left to go. There's Avery. He'll play it around to the far side corner. Hunter there. Gives it back to Avery. Avery comes out of the corner, takes a shot, save made. And the puck gets to the line. McGilvery will hold it in. McGilvery sends that puck bouncing wide. 70 seconds left on the clock. Sim loses it. Mayer follows up to pick up. Mayer takes it behind the net. Plays it out in front. Sim picks up. We're into the final minute. Sim tees it up. There's a deflection. That goes wide. Around to the far side boards. It gets out to center. Hunter plays it off the boards. McIntyre ends up picking it up for the Wolfpack and brings it in as far as Hunter. Now the pass ahead for Mayer. He gives to Green. 35 seconds left. Puck played down to Sack. He turns it over to Sim out in front. There's Green, shot, save, rebound, puck loose. And Boudreau able to get it. He'll flip it ahead to the line, not out. Green holds it in momentarily. Now it's back out. Under 20 seconds left. Here's Sim. Takes the shot. It's blocked by Carr. Puck cleared to the corner. 10 seconds left. Martin with the shot. That goes wide. Puck rings around the boards. Here's Boudreau with it. 3, 2, 1, and it is indeed going to be a shutout. The shutout victory for Lane George tonight. 29 saves on 29 shots for the win. 4-0 the final score as the Wolfpack get the victory over the Weeks here this evening at the Pictou County Wellness Center. They'll meet again for the third straight Saturday next weekend. That one from Cole Harbour Place. And are we going to get handshakes? No, apparently we will not. So that'll do it for tonight. Until tomorrow at noon, when we bring you Nova Scotia female midget hockey action. This is Michael Petter on behalf of my awesome cameraman Riley saying, may your skates always be sharp, may your shots always hit the top shelf. Final score once again, the Cole Harbour let's try this again. The final score once again, if I could speak English, the Cole Harbour Wolfpack defeat the Week's Major Midgets by a score of 4-0. Thanks for watching.